So OMEN is still one of the top brands when it comes to affordable gaming laptops that still pack a hell of a wallop for your latest and greatest PC titles. And one of the latest and greatest releases is this fresh new OMEN 15. This SKU of the OMEN 15 that I've been testing out boasts some serious gaming chops with Nvidia's RTX mods and a 144Hz display on board. So I've been handed the undoubtedly tough task of really putting the OMEN 15 through its paces and then sharing some of my favourite bits with you lovely lot. A big thanks to OMEN and Nvidia for sponsoring this video, and for more on the latest greatest tech, please do plug subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now first up, for a fully fledged gaming machine, the OMEN 15 is surprisingly portable. You've got a lot of clever components crammed into that aluminium chassis, and yet it is far from a chunky monkey. And look, even a skinny wee sack of bones like me can hold it aloft one-handed without collapsing into an asthmatic heap on the ground. And the OMEN is a fine looking machine too. HP has thankfully gone for the subtle approach here, using sleek design elements rather than smashing you over the head with crazy angular edges and glowing logos. In fact, one of the sexiest bits of the OMEN 15 is actually hidden away on the bottom, where you can see straight through to those dual coolant fans, highlighted by a bit of RGB backlighting from the keyboard. Oh, and you want ports? You got ports here, my friend. A tasty bit of Thunderbolt 3 action with DisplayPort compatibility is joined by 3 super speed USB-A offerings, as well as a dedicated mini DP and HDMI ports and multi-format SD card reader. Plus there's Ethernet support to supplement that Wi-Fi 6. Next up, that full-size keyboard is great for gaming, making the most of that space and giving each key plenty of room to breathe. That firm build and the deep travel makes for a comfortable gaming experience even for extended sessions, while the anti-ghosting tech ensures that every single keystroke is accurately registered even when your fingers are flying. You also have 4-zone RGB backlighting with full customization via the OMEN Gaming Hub, so you can make that board look pretty as a picture or just straight up psychedelic. And talking about pretty, that 15.6-inch IPS panel pumps out crisp Full HD visuals. A proper feast for your peepers. Images are crisp, colourful and also incredibly fluid thanks to that 144Hz refresh. Now because you've got one of Nvidia's GeForce RTX series GPUs stuffed inside of the OMEN 15, that means you've got full support for Nvidia DLSS. And this can boost supported games frame rates to take full advantage of that super sleek refresh rate. And if you want to get hooked up to a 4K display to really take that RTX for a ride, well, that's perfectly possible via the take your pick, the Thunderbolt port, the mini DP, the HDMI. And meanwhile, the OMEN 15 stereo speakers boast some Bang & Olufsen fine tuning, and you certainly get a beefy bit of sound out of them. But of course, you can quickly and easily hook up your favourite gaming headset with full DTS:X Ultra support, so you can actually feel like you're in the middle of a battlefield. Spare pair of pants at the ready. Now the grunt work here on the OMEN 15 is handled by Intel's Core i7-10750H, backed by 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM. Solid specs for that price point. And this version of the OMEN 15 also packs Nvidia's GeForce RTX 2060 for a lovely spot of real-time ray tracing. And surprisingly, this smashed through all of the benchmark tests that I threw the OMEN's way. In 3D Mark, for instance, Port Royal span out a score of 3,296, while Time Spy topped the 6,000 mark. And while gaming in the likes of Doom Eternal, I saw silky smooth frame rates all the way, for some beautifully flowing ultra-violence, even with those detail settings cranked all the way up. On the OMEN 15, you've got full support for Nvidia Reflex in games like Call of Duty Warzone, which means next to no render latency, vital for those fast-paced action bonanzas. You squeeze that mouse button and someone's head just immediately explodes into glorious gory chunks right before your eyes. And you certainly don't have to worry about throttling either. That OMEN Tempest coolant tech works a charm, with the dual fans effectively blasting heat from the back end as well as the edges, thankfully without roasting your mouse hand at the same time. And this laptop's 512GB SSD is nippy enough to keep those pesky load times nice and quick as well. My tests measured read speeds consistently over 3 gigabits per second, while the write speeds weren't far behind at all. And you can get to both the SSD and the RAM via an easy access panel if you want to upgrade those specs later in life. As for battery life, well, gaming laptops are rarely known for their prowess in that area, but the OMEN 15 is definitely among the best I've tested. If you're full on gaming, you'll still get over a couple of hours of action on a full charge, no worries at all. And if you're just doing standard everyday tasks, you get the best part of a day out of this thing. So that's some of my favourite bits of the OMEN 15, which you can snaffle right now here in Blighty from Curry's PC World. Definitely check out the links down in the description below to grab your very own. And for more on the latest greatest tech, please do plug subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers everyone, love you.